This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Mm-hmm. Dun 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 dun.
No. Y'all, just stop. This is a sham. Welcome to DBL. Happy Friday, everybody. Sam Shocker making train noises.
Yeah. And I got a big old bow on the shoulder.
I like it. A little Friday bow.
Yep, little Friday bow.
They need to make men's clothes like that.
Would you wear a shoulder bow?
I think
I have a shoulder bow.
I wouldn't be the first, but I would be the second.
I didn't even look.
All you need is one person that you're like, I like their style. If there was like a dude and he rocked a bow, I'd be like,
wait,
I
you
would
just
look.
skipped over her
I like
shoulder
Tori's bow.
Thanks.
It's a different kind of bow.
Tori's is, I don't know if it's her reaction, but it's a little more sad than your bow.
Mine's a little bit more erect.
Hey,
there we go.
Somebody's ready for the weekend and somebody isn't. All right. Will Adele ever return to her Vegas residency?
Yesterday, sorry, Jeff. Tori is shaking a pack of sugar over here like we're at a gas station.
I try to make it more casual. Yeah. It's accent.
It's
That'd be
real
fun.
casual now.
I apologize.
Okay. Hey, listen, do your thing. Pour a little something else in there if you want. Yeah. We're going to have some fun. So yesterday, the singer posted about her upcoming Hyde Park show, saying it was going to blow her fans' socks off, but hasn't said anything about her delayed Vegas residency. Her last update about it was in January. So remember when she posted this? Let's take a look.
We've been awake for over 30 hours now trying to figure it out, and we've run out of time, and I'm so upset and I'm really embarrassed, and I'm so sorry to everyone that's travelled again.
So in that video, she goes on to say she's working on rescheduling the dates, but that was about 6 months ago. Now fans are fuming over her silence. We have a couple examples. One person writing, "Are you kidding me?" And "You're still quiet about Vegas. I'm disappointed in you." Yet another example. "Damn, Adele, so I guess it's blank those that purchase tickets for Las Vegas." All right, two examples. So do we need to chat about it, or did they say it all?
I mean, I think this is a bigger issue, and it's the issue I've always had. Whereas these artists are letting their fan base get way too close to the kitchen. Like, there's a reason that we don't know what's going on with these tour dates, or like what airline she's flying, or if she's doing private, or what kind of line they're going to have going into the tour residency, and that's because it's not our business.
Yes, it is.
But she did. Al, she dropped the ball.
Get your money back.
You pay for it, it is your business.
No, it is. Then get your money back. There were situations.
From who, God?
Ticketmaster. I'm sure that there's a way to get your money back.
Dude, if I flew, I didn't get the babysitter money. I didn't get any of that money. I didn't get the airplane money, the cab money, the Uber money, the money I bought to my outfit. All of that is gone. It is my business as a consumer.
Yes,
but you haven't addressed that.
During a global pandemic. Like, let's not forget that little fun fact.
Well, she's still doing something and not addressing that. That begs the question.
I would love to have your back here because you know how much I love you.
Talk to me.
But I think the example that we can compare it to is Kid Laroi. We all know Kid Laroi. You know, he had that hit with Justin Bieber.
I don't know if that's a great example. I know him, yes.
Okay, so if you don't know who Kid Laroi,
yeah, I don't know that.
You know Kid. Okay, we'll get into that in a little bit. We'll play a song. Hold up. But Kid Laroi, when he missed a concert due to COVID, 2 concerts, what he did is he said, "I promise
I'll do the same thing I told you that I never would."
Yeah, that's
good job.
Okay.
So he waited about 2.5 weeks. He had to go tour somewhere else. He literally came in on his 2 days off from tour, flew back to where it was in Australia, and did those shows.
I think I know why. I know why he was able to do that. Because he's not Adele. All right? Adele is booked solid. She is one of the most famous people on this planet. Kid Laroi is doing his thing, but he's not in the same weight class as Adele.
Kid Laroi is.
That's because he's not Adele.
Does that give her the right to kind of just blow these shows off, though?
I'm not saying that she should blow them off. I'm saying she should offer a refund. She maybe can offer a makeup date at no specific time.
Well, that's what we're
but the
saying.
idea that she needs to be crying to her fans saying she's sorry, I don't think that's necessary.
I think it is when you spend.
She didn't want to put a terrible show on, because if she had put a bad show on, that would have been all over TikTok. Oh my God, there's no percussion section here. I hate this.
She can't put on a bad show.
Yeah, exactly. So if to get to that level, just like Beyonce, you have to put. They're going to put on a show.
She can't put on a bad show. She's the best voice, one of the best voices on the planet. She could sit on a stool and be just fine.
I think her popularity level kind of went down. You can't deny her talent. But Tori, remember, this is one of the rare times me and Tori kind of agreed. Like when she canceled that show, her popularity. I'm like, I don't know if the fans are going to stick around for that.
They weren't true fans.
No, that's not true.
No, that's not true. To be a great, like one of the greats and performers, you got to be both a great performer as well as a great supporter of the people that love you, right? Because you're no one without your fans.
I agree, but like, are your fans adults that understands that sometimes things happen
Yeah,
that are
but
out
if
of
you
your
skipped
control?
a show and people paid all that money, you certainly would not just go to another show and not speak about that. You wouldn't.
I thought after I made like a great like sentence, like boom, I thought it was over.
Clearly, I wasn't done fighting.
I was like, that was a nice ending.
It was a good break to move on.
I thought it was a comma.
Yeah. dot, dot, dot.
Yeah,
We have names, Sam.
It was a dash. It was a dash. We're just they.
The people at the end of the
Or
table.
just different punctuation.
Yes, okay.
All right, now I have to move
Mess
on
that
after I
up.
flubbed it. All right, the mother, like daughter, Denise Richards has joined OnlyFans less than a week after defending her 18-year-old daughter who created an account. OnlyFans is an online platform that allows fans to pay for content that tends to be sexual in nature. But Denise isn't the only celeb on the site. Real Housewives Larissa Pippen. Larsa.
We worked on this.
I thought it was
And we
Larissa.
did work on this. We did work on this. Has an account and averages $10,000 a day. Listen, if you're making that kind of dough, you don't care if I mispronounce your name.
Yes.
Actress Bella Thorne joined in 2020 and made $2 million in her first 2 weeks. And Al's favorite,
Oh,
Cash Me
God.
Outside girl,
Yes. He loves
AKA
her.
Bad Baby,
do.
has made more than $1 million in a single day on that site.
Disgusting.
Why?
Wait,
Not her.
The mother-daughter combo?
No.
they're not going in together, you sicko.
What do you think? One person's going to sign up for one and not the other?
Yeah, but you made it seem like it was like a...
They're both on the site. I don't know. Am I out of pocket because
No,
I'm mom
no.
and daughter on OnlyFans and I take some issue with that? That's not a great look. That's not a great look.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Sorry.
I don't mind Denise Richards doing her thing.
She did Playboy.
I said disgusting to the amount of people that when Bad Baby at 17 years old turned 18 and they were quick to see whatever she presented herself as online. I want to know the ages of all the men, probably a little bit of women, but the majority of men who inappropriately, in my eyes, perversely, went to see Bad Baby when she just freshly turned 18. That's
Her name
disgusting.
has baby in it.
But I mean, this has been a thing since the Olsen twins. I remember being in bars and
And even
seeing
Howard
countdown
Stern.
In a
clocks.
countdown, remember this?
And I was like, what is
To
that
them turning
for?
18.
Do you guys have a statutory rape countdown clock in your place of business? I just think this is disgusting. But honestly, this is a thing that we talk about Bad Baby a lot, but somebody was going to make that money off of her. If she had been photographed by paparazzi in a bikini at 18 years old, that picture would get a lot of hits.
Yeah, I'm not worried about her. I'm worried
Right.
about the consumers. There's a problem there.
They're just there. They're not going anywhere, so she might as well get her money.
But how about like
What are we
for
doing?
young, you have a daughter, how about like this as an example? This, you can make some really good money, but at what cost?
I would see myself as a failure if Sophie at 18 years old signed up on OnlyFans. That's just keeping it
What if she
honest.
signed up to be a nude model?
I would not want her to be a nude model. Listen, there's no problem if other people want to do that. I want my daughter to see herself more than just how much money can I make and what can I do to use my body to make that money. I want her to see that there's more to her than her body.
Right.
And I shouldn't even make that assumption just for Sophie. I mean, it goes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
There's everything on there. People were paying for anything, so anyone going on there. But I don't want this to be an example, and we're starting to like tote that line of look how much money people are making. Even Denise Richards,
I know.
who's a
Devil's advocate. Some people feel empowered when they do it to present their body in a good way. I agree with all of you. I just want to
And
bring
it's
up the
on
other
you to
side.
do what you want to do as long
It's
as
your
it's
free.
legal.
It's not illegal. It's not illegal. It's not illegal.
dot 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 or period.
Period.
All right.
That was a ...
Like a parrot.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with a former NFL player turned chef who became the star of his own cooking show.
awesome.
Plus, Taylor Swift released a new song, and it might surprise you. Tori loves it. We're
No,
gonna
I
take a listen
don't. I
next.
don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Dot dot dot.
Dot dot dot.
Do you remember when we did like a...
Closed captioning provided by
This June, DBL isn't holding back.
I've already spent my time and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
I like a little cheese on my potatoes. That wasn't going on in my head.
That's what we need more of, conversations in this country.
Yeah, I like that. DBL is all new every day.
Unload this thing.
Tori, you're on, and BJ's giving you a lot of great angles there, so I would really get in there.
I wanted to talk about Adele, because just like Justin Timberlake, I think she's gonna go a little bit like this. I want to tell you a story. Tom Petty, I went to a concert, and the fire marshal came and took us all away and we had to leave. Petty refunded our tickets and apologized. I just think there should have been more said about that Vegas residency. There was a lot of questions about, was she really upset about COVID? Was she being a perfectionist? Whatever she was, I just think at some point, it begs the question to me is, what happened to those people? What happened to those people?
I mean, people cancel concerts all the time. Did Kanye West cancel like half of his
a residency to not come back to?
So did Justin Bieber. He canceled some concerts.
That's because he had mental health.
This is like a couple years ago.
But I think people felt like the reason wasn't real. She was like, it was COVID, but they're like, you knew that 2 weeks ago. How come you started it? Then there was like a problem with the production. So it just got to be a little questioning, and then people were just, when it comes to your money, people just get really mad.
I get it, but when I think about things like this, I don't think that people factor in like how many moving parts there are to a Vegas residency in terms of the establishment that's going to be having it, whether their building's up to code, no matter who's coming. Do they have the infrastructure to support somebody like Adele coming in? Are they,
Then why tell us a night before?
I'm not saying it was done well.
Right.
I'm just saying there's that. Then there's the city that wants their cut. Her agency, that might change. Her commitments to other contracts. How many contracts do you think she has out there signed? 500?
You're right. I don't know why this one is so. It felt like she was lying about the reason, I think.
I feel like a lot of people are lying when they're like, when you in politics, like when somebody retires to spend more time with their family,
or exhaustion.
Yes,
and you're like, okay,
like, here, there's a videotape of coming,
Yeah, right.
And so, like, I just think that sometimes.
Caroline knows why for years I roam. Free as these birds, light as whispers. Carolina knows.
Whoa, that was incredible.
I didn't dig it. That was Taylor Swift's new song, Caroline. It will appear. Carolina, sweet Carolina. That was in my head. The new movie where the crawdads sing. Taylor released the song last night, but she wrote the song a year ago alone in the middle of the night. It kind of sounds like it.
Yeah.
It's about a girl who always lived on the outside looking in. Let's take another listen.
Whew, gives me chills.
And you didn't see me here. No, they never did see me here. And she's in my dreams, into the mist, into the clouds.
All right, I gotta be honest. The first take I liked. Now I'm just a little sad.
I'm
just a little sad.
obsessed. And I don't usually say that about Taylor Swift. It's not usually my type of artistry. But this to me reminds me of the soundtrack from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which was like one of my, it's a movie, but it was like one of my favorite soundtracks. And she just seems very melancholy with like a blues vibe. I'm into it. I'm gonna listen to this song later.
You can
just what are you gonna do while you're listening to it?
Detective.
Cry under a blanket?
Doesn't it seem like murder, like an HBO True Detective, like the beginning of it?
The book is a little mysterious. The book is fantastic.
Oh, you've read it?
Where the Crawdads Sing is one of my favorite books of the last 10 years.
Wow.
I highly, 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 highly recommend it.
What's that about?
What do you mean?
What is that about?
It's about a little girl who lives basically in the bayou. She wants to live in the jungle, and she's obsessed with birds and the outside things, and she never feels welcome on the inside. So it's about looking in always and never feeling part of it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous book, well written.
But you don't like the song?
It's just that I wouldn't re-listen to it. Does that make sense? I listen to Taylor, and again, I know that's bad, but on repeat, like over and over and over again. So to me, what?
She kind of had a Fiona Apple vibe in this. I just love it. I really do. And that's not like me to say that about Taylor.
It's more your vibe than my vibe.
You guys didn't get the producer note, like, don't spend too much time on Taylor Swift.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's what they said. Okay.
We got to get to JT.
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
don't worry.
Why do you look so tan?
What?
You look really tan.
Because I was in California.
Great. I can tell.
But I didn't change my makeup. Dre, do I look more tan than usual? Thanks, buddy.
Very tan.
Do we have time for the next story? I don't even want to go there. We have 90 seconds. You want to just talk about Taylor Swift?
No, do it.
I don't want to read for 90 seconds and just run out of time.
He wants the world to know he's sorry. Go ahead.
Let's just quickly talk about.
Okay, Justin Timberlake wants the world to know he's sorry. Earlier this week, the singer went viral for his dance moves that missed the mark. Oh, check it out. He has since apologized for those embarrassing dance moves. Take a look.
DC, I want to apologize to you for 2 reasons. Here and here. I had a long talk with both of them individually and said, don't you ever do that to me again. Maybe it was the khakis. It was a real khaki vibe.
So JT might be blaming the khaki vibe, but for the second time in a week, his pants are the topic of conversation. Yesterday, he posted this photo with his wife, Jessica Biel. They are in Italy for Milan Fashion Week. Wow, I just took a glimpse of those. This is dedicated the look to the late Louis Vuitton artist, director Virgil Abloh. So there you go.
Those pants are horrendous.
I mean, it's a look. I mean, I'm a fan of Virgil, but those pants were...
I like Virgil, too. Huge fan of May he rest in peace. But I like the pleated pants that Darrell and Jeff are starting to wear, that 1950s look.
Yeah, but
this looks like a female version, doesn't it?
Well, that's okay if it's a female version. It just looks too billowy. Too billowy.
Yeah.
But if you're in Italy, I'd say you could do whatever you want.
Week,
you would never.
I wouldn't.
But for Fashion Week, isn't that something you should be wearing? Like, you can't be out there in jorts. Right?
Jorts?
Yeah, shorts and jean shorts. You gotta like, he's in Milan. I'm gonna give him some props on that. He pushed the envelope.
He took a risk, is what you're saying. Yeah, I didn't love him though.
Is everybody happy we got to that story?
Yes.
Yeah? All right, JT, our boy. All right, I like your pants, buddy. Coming up on the show, a former NFL player tells us all about how he's thriving as a chef now after an injury on the field. You're gonna want to stick around. That's next.
Suffer from pain?
The term inflation has likely blown up in your vocabulary as of late, with seemingly everything getting more expensive. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about how the Fed is raising interest rates to lower inflation and concern it could go too far. Let's verify. Can raising interest rates curb inflation? Our sources are the Bureau of Economic Analysis, the Federal Reserve, and American University finance professor Jeffrey Harris.
Baseball cards, cryptocurrencies, all sorts of assets have gone up in price.
He says partially because of economic disruption due to the COVID-19 crisis, and partially due to trade issues with the war in Ukraine. The economy is, quote, overheating. The Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland explains online that when inflation is too high, the Fed typically raises interest rates to slow the economy and bring inflation down. Higher interest means it's more expensive to take out a loan for things like getting a new car, starting a business, or buying a home.
One way to try to tame that inflation is to raise interest rates. You raise the price of borrowing in the economy to try to cool off the spending that people are making.
So we can verify, yes, raising interest rates can curb inflation, but that doesn't mean it will.
But it's a complex interaction of forces that happen. One of the features that the Federal Reserve tries to assess is whether it's going to slow the economy by too much or by how much. And that's not always a straightforward answer.
Many economists agree the U.S. is in danger of entering a recession. Technically, the Bureau of Economic Analysis could call any slippage in economic activity a recession. But the most widely accepted definition is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. The first quarter of 2022 was negative. Will changing the interest rate help us avoid a recession or drive us toward one? That is the billion-dollar question.
The impact of government policy in particular is not always the same. Even doing the same thing doesn't always result in the same outcome.
With your Verify, I'm Abby Lorene.
Am I just dancing? Okay, welcome back to DBL. When pro athletes leave sports, finding their next passion can be a challenge. But for Darrell Smith, this career change was simple because mad good food was a recipe that was always in his heart. We caught up with him earlier in this fantastic interview. Take a look.
Chef Darrell Smith. I have to say, it is your birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday to me.
Do you have any special plans?
I went to Ray's this morning, which is a diner in Santa Monica. I know, right? Little cute boy. I still look the same. And then tonight, I'm just going to go out with my lady. I mean, just enjoy the town and enjoy the sunshine. I'm in LA.
Good. Well, happy birthday.
I appreciate you.
I'm sorry, I was just looking at all the books, and I'm looking at that kitchen. It just reminds me of just all the good food that my aunts and everybody cooked, and I was looking at that blender and went down memory lane.
That's a good. That's a mixer.
That mixer, you can tell I don't cook, but I know what that mixer does. I know there's good pastries coming.
It mixes?
Yeah.
I'll teach you.
Let's get to a little seriousness there, but it puts you on this journey to us, so this is a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, you suffered an injury that caused you to retire early from the NFL, but it launched you as a career, launched your career as an amazing chef. So, like, talk to us. Like, what was ground zero for you learning how to cook?
You know what? I would watch the women in my family cook, and I also could watch how they would cut onions over the sink with their thumbs, and like all of these things. It just filled me with joy. And I would say watching them use food to heal, watching them use food without recipes, I don't know, I just was infused with that love. And as a reward, they would let me lick the cake bowl. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, that's why I was looking at that mixer. I was like, oh, I know there's batter coming. All right, I'm going to hang out in the kitchen.
Oh, my God, that's so funny.
But I watched them cook. And over the years, I went to Syracuse University. I played football there. I would cook for my teammates, and I don't know. I just always loved food. I love the power of food, and I love how it had the ability to heal people. Yeah. And that's what I'm about.
As a Jew, I'm a Jew, just so you know, and in Judaism, when someone dies, you sit Shiva, and Shiva's 7 days, and you just bring a lot of food. You cook, you cook, you cook. I totally agree with you about that. So I think that's...
Here.
Yeah, that's really, it means a lot. It means something else. This is going to sound lame coming from me because I am kind of lame, but when did you realize that your food was not only a hit, but mad good?
No, don't say it like that.
I'm sorry. It was.
You thought about it all morning.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
that's how you say it, though. That's how you say it. You know what's crazy? So while I was in the NFL, I would go back to Syracuse to finish up my master's degree.
Wow.
And one time while I was there, I came home from class. I was hungry. I made these meatballs in this delicious sauce, which became the OG sauce. And I called my best friend, like, yo, you got to try this. I got a winner. Fast forward, I entered that meatball recipe into a competition, and I win.
Wow.
And so I went on to selling Smorgasburg. I sold in Barclays Center. We sold out lunches all around New York City. And so as soon as I tasted that, this was 2013, I knew that I was making mad good food, and everybody in the world had to try this thing.
That's
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
the best thing you'll ever eat. I promise you that.
Wow.
Chef, by the way, if you're looking for a spot in Santa Monica tonight, hit up Water Grill. It's the spot down there. But anyways.
Oh, that's good to know. I appreciate that.
It's a great spot. But anyway, speaking of special sauces, I have my own like little jardinera mix that I like, and I have little things of my own that makes it special. What, in your opinion, makes your sauce so special to you?
My foot. I put my foot in it.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Like, it's time. Like I think with time comes wisdom, and I think that I've made my food so much that when you taste it, it just tastes like time when you do it. That's the best compliment I can give myself. Like I've spent time at my craft, and when you taste it, no matter what it is, like you'll taste that in it.
I love it. So, okay, how are you switching, and we don't have a lot of time left, but how are you switching things up in season 3 of Mad Good Food?
So this season is all about my stories. Like I've started a company to spread love through food. And I think this season we get to do that because it's about storytelling. It's about truly like being entertained, learning something, going through a lot of emotions. And then by the end, just like leaving with a mad good recipe that anybody can make. Wow. And so I don't know. I think that this season is going to shape the future of the show, and I'm very excited about it because I've never seen anything like it, and we're going to do some special stuff this season.
I love it.
You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to be like, I'm hungry. So all of it.
Darrell, your passion is contagious. Congratulations. DBL Nation, you can catch season 3 of Mad Good Food on Taste Made. We'll be right back. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This gas price saga is stop and go. We have slowly pumped the brakes on record-shattering prices, but been unable to roll the burden to a stop. As fuel analysts warn of a very expensive summer, let's look at another so-called gas hack to save money. Viewer Janice Sumner posted these tips from, quote, the experts. Number 4 claims, remember, every 5 miles above 55 miles per hour decreases your fuel efficiency. Is that true? The answer is yes. Our sources are Consumer Reports and Gas Buddy head petroleum analyst Patrick DeHaan.
That's absolutely true, and that's where your vehicle is working harder to overcome drag. That is wind, right? It's every 5 miles an hour you go up above beyond that, you're losing a lot more efficiency, and that's why 55 to 60 is really the sweet spot. your car's not having to work as hard against the wind, but your RPMs, generally, you're in a high gear at that speed. So you're generally in a perfect spot there, and you can really do much better. You can get 400 miles out of the tank.
Consumer Reports also tested the claim and measured gas mileage at a steady 55 miles per hour, 65 miles per hour, and 75 miles per hour in both a standard car and compact SUV. It found reducing speed from 65 to 55 improved fuel economy by 6 miles per gallon in the car and 8 miles per gallon in the SUV.
You don't have to go 70. You don't have to go what the speed limit says, right? There's minimums posted, but 55 to 60 is the sweet spot for most vehicles.
And be mindful of what your car is carrying to your summer road trip. Consumer Reports found at highway speeds, more than 50% of engine power goes to overcoming aerodynamic drag. Adding weight to that, even from an empty roof rack, slows down your fuel economy. In conclusion, yes, the gas hack claim is true. Going faster than 55 miles per hour reduces your fuel efficiency. You'll save money if you slow down. Yet slowing down doesn't necessarily mean taking the slowest route. DeHaan said you'll get better fuel efficiency if you take the highway at 55 than starting and stopping on roads with stoplights. With your Verify, I'm Megan Malaris.
Customers are complaining that it's really hard to find Sriracha, the most popular hot sauce brand in the United States, according to a recent Instacart report. But is there just a shortage of the popular sauce, or has it been discontinued altogether, like some fans claim? Let's verify using these sources. In an email to Verify, Hoi Fung Foods Inc., the California-based company that manufactures Sriracha hot chili sauce, confirmed that there is, quote, an unprecedented shortage of their products, saying weather conditions this spring affected the quality of its supply of chili peppers coming from Mexico. Restaurants that serve the hot sauce also posted about the shortage. Brady's Sushi and Hibachi in Richmond, Kentucky, told customers that Sriracha would not be available as a free condiment until the shortage was resolved. But that could be a while. According to Hoi Fung Foods, the pepper shortage caused the company to pause production of all of its sauces, including Sriracha. So we can verify, no, Sriracha has not been discontinued, but production has been halted due to a severe chili pepper shortage. The company says it plans to start shipping orders after Labor Day, but it all depends on those chili peppers. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariande Till.
All right, we only got 5 seconds. I just want to say goodbye to Courtney Youssef, who's always in my ear. We love you. We're going to miss you. Yes, we wish you the best on your journey. I want everyone to have a good weekend. And you know what? Go Avs.
Go Avs.
Yeah, love you, Court. Thank you for all your hard work.
Avalanches for hockey.
Yes.
And they play tonight against
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No.
I'm kidding. The Lightning.
There you go.
For the Stanley.
Good.
The cup. For the cup. For the cup.
Go Avs. Well said, Tori. We'll see you guys on Monday.
Hockey.